Greetings my lovelies, hi it's Emmy, welcome back to another You Made What. Today I have a recipe that I've been really wanting to make for a long time. It's a childhood favorite and it's for dim sum style chicken feet. Also known in Chinese as qi zao or gai zao or feng zao, which means phoenix feet, which makes the idea of eating chicken feet a little more pleasant. So as you can tell from the name of the dish, this recipe uses bits that would be normally cast off and transform it into something that is amazing. And before we make this, if you like these kinds of recipes, be sure to subscribe. All right, let's go in the kitchen and I'll show you how to make this beautiful dish. In a heavy bottom saucepan, we're going to heat 1 to 2 inches of peanut oil to 325 degrees. While the oil is coming up to temperature, we're going to thoroughly wash the chicken feet with plenty of cold water and then place them into a colander to drain. Next, we're going to give the feet a little bit of a manicure by cutting off the nails. You can either use a sharp knife or a pair of kitchen shears. Next, we're going to take some paper towel and make sure the feet are really dry. This is a really important step to reduce spattering when we deep fry the feet. Next, we're going to place the chicken feet into our hot oil and fry them for a few minutes until they turn lightly golden. Once the chicken is done browning, you're going to place them into a bowl of cold water. In a large pot that's on medium heat, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil. Next, we're going to add some julienne ginger and some minced garlic. Sauté this until it's fragrant and be careful not to burn the garlic. Next, we're going to take the chicken feet out of cold water and add them to our ginger and garlic mixture. And now we're going to build our sauce. Add some sherry, a bit of regular soy sauce, some oyster sauce, and some dark soy sauce. This gives it a really beautiful dark brown color. And for that distinctive dim sum flavor, we're going to add some black bean paste, and finally some sugar to balance out all of that salt. Give everything a good stir, then add a bit of water, bring it up to a boil, and then reduce the heat and allow it to braise for 40 to 60 minutes or until the chicken feet are completely tender and just falling off the bone. When the chicken's cooked, we're going to remove them and then we're going to thicken up the sauce with a little slurry of cornstarch and water and just add enough until you get a really glistening, thick sauce. And then pour that over the chicken feet and then garnish with green onions. And there you have it, dim sum style chicken feet. Here are my beautiful chicken feet. I've never made this recipe before because growing up we would just go to dim sum and always order this. It's not something that we would typically make at home. If you've never been to dim sum before, it's a really great Chinese tradition. Servers are walking around the restaurant with carts of food that are in small dishes, usually steamer baskets or containers that are stacked up. Once you hear what you like, you call them over and they'll put a stamp on a card that you have, and then they'll give you a plate of the dish. They're like little bite-sized servings and you get several of them to share with the whole table. I can't wait to tuck into them. I'm gonna grab this one right here, and there's no real kind of polite way of eating these. All right, here we go. Just a second. Delicious. It has the most marvelous, unctuous texture. It's chewy and gooey and sticky and gelatinous and marvelous, cartilaginous. There's a lot of cartilage and connective tissue in there, but because it's been cooked for so long, it's super tender and fatty and just delicious. The sauce is lovely. The black bean sauce has a nice kind of fermented, smoky flavor, quite salty, and then blended with the garlic and the ginger is just classic dim sum Chinese. Amazing. Don't knock this till you try it. And if you've ever had a really good bowl of ramen, sometimes the broth will leave kind of a sticky residue around your lips because it has so much of that dissolved gelatin in there. But this does the same thing, and it's just marvelous. Highly, highly recommend making this. If you see chicken feet, they're really inexpensive. It does take a little bit of work to make these, but totally worth it. I made a half batch. I recommend making a double batch for all the work that's involved. And yeah, there you go. Have a little dim sum at home. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that recipe. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other recipes you'd like to see. Share this recipe with your friends, subscribe and like, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Toodaloo, take care, bye. So there are 3 cereals that come out only at Halloween: Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Blueberry.